If this video gets over 1,000 views, I'll compare the Perry Johansson movie trailer to the Percy Jackson TV show's trailer. Number 1. Introductions. My name is Percy Jackson. Am I a troubled kid? Yeah, you could say that.
My name is Percy Jackson. Am I a troubled kid? Yeah, you could say that.
Number 2. Please let this be a normal field trip. With Percy? No way! Our 6th grade class took a field trip to Manhattan, heading to the Metropolitan Museum of Art to look at ancient Greek and Roman stuff.
My name is Percy Jackson.
3. Speaking of hay, Mr. Brunner was this middle-aged guy in a motorized wheelchair. He had thinning hair and a scruffy beard and a frayed tweed jacket. You wouldn't think he'd be cool.
What the gods have in store for you?
4. Mom, I want to meet Rachel Dare. Honey, we have Rachel Dare at home. Nancy Bobofit, the freckly, red-headed kleptomaniac girl hitting my best friend Grover in the back of the head.
To me.
5. Side effects include murderous rage. I'm going to kill her, I mumbled. Grover tried to calm me down. It's okay, I like peanut butter.
Bullies.
6. Everybody knows that the devil went down to Georgia, but nobody ever asks where the devil is now. Mrs. Dodds was this little math teacher from Georgia who always wore a black leather jacket.
There you are.
7. But Florida's book 2. You're supposed to be in New York, right? Oh, did we Florida your New York? Overhead, a huge storm was brewing, with clouds blacker than I'd ever seen over the city. 8. Hydrate so you don't dehydrate. Grover and I sat on the edge of the fountain, away from the others.
I'm used to the world.
9. Feeling puzzled. I have moments like that a lot, when I've missed something, as if a puzzle piece fell out of the universe and left me staring at the blank place behind it.
Like a puzzle with half their own pieces.
10. She's a fury and I'm just a student, dreaming about the day when I wake up and find that I finally get a stinking break. She was a shriveled hag with bat wings and claws and a mouth full of yellow fangs, and she was about to slice me to ribbons.
You saw something.
If you just saw a fury, Percy, no you didn't. You're just hallucinating, so why can't you see? It's just a ballpoint pen, just a ballpoint pen. There was a ballpoint pen in my hand.
Percy.
M-A-M-A. Who am I kidding? We're all Sally stans, evidenced by the amount of time I shall spend on her. Her name is Sally Jackson, and she is the best person in the world. My mother can make me feel good just by walking into the room. Her eyes sparkle and change color in the light. Her smile is as warm as a quilt. She's got a few gray streaks mixed in with her long brown hair, but I never think of her as old. When she looks at me, it's like she's seeing all the good things about me, none of the bad.
That's who you're named after.
Because he was a hero?
13. 2 words for you. Blue food. I attacked the blueberry sour strings. 14. Grover. A hired stalker. A desperate voice. Someone yelling, pounding on our cabin door. Searching all night, he gasped. What are you thinking?
Mrs. Jackson, things have changed. This is all developing a lot faster than we anticipated.
15. Let's do a road trip again. Sally grabbed her purse, tossed me my rain jacket, and said, get to the car. Both of you. Go!
Life in the world.
Everything has been training for what's still ahead of you.
16. Does this mean that Percy is a Disney princess now? From the waist down, my best friend is a donkey.
Grover, why is there half a goat in your pants?
So the important thing is not to panic.
17. Hey, ground beef! Hey! I screamed, waving the jacket, running to one side of the monster. Hey, stupid! Ground beef! 18. I'm flying, soaring, my neck is breaking free. His hand shot out and grabbed her by the neck as she tried to get away. He lifted her as she struggled, kicking and pummeling the air. 19. Architecture! There were 12 of them, nestled in the woods by the lake. They were arranged in a U with 2 at the base and 5 in a row on either side. And they were, without doubt, the most bizarre collection of buildings I'd ever seen. 20. Fullest house. Inside, it was packed with people, both boys and girls, way more than the number of bunk beds. Sleeping bags were spread all over on the floor. It looked like a gym where the Red Cross had set up an evacuation center.
Expecting you.
21. Duck! Chiron tried to teach me archery, but we found out pretty quick I wasn't any good with a bow and arrow.
Should I try again?
22. Of course he's on the blue team. My helmet, like all the helmets on Athena's side, had a blue horsehair plume on top. We cheered and shook our swords and followed her down the path to the south woods.
They are real.
23. Surprise! On the other side of the creek, 5 Ares warriors came yelling and screaming out of the dark. 24. It sparkles, it shimmers, it shines and delights. I must have it for my nest. Clarice brandished a 5-foot-long spear, its barbed metal tip flickering with red light.
There will be
25. Alert, alert. This is not a drill. Percy actually knew what to do, y'all. Clarice and her cabin mates came into the creek to get me, but I stood to meet them. I knew what to do.
that.
26. Isolation Nation. The next morning, Chiron moved me to cabin 3.
Your father needs your
27. How dare you accuse me of something that I would totally do? I really didn't, though. Poseidon and Zeus are fighting over something valuable that was stolen. To be precise, a lightning bolt.
the master bolt has been stolen.
28. I can count to 3. 2 companions may accompany you. Grover is one. The other has already volunteered, if you will accept her help.
The quest is always undertaken by 3.
29. Piggyback time! Annabeth got Mrs. Dodds in a wrestler's hold and yanked her backward.
Quest by the gods.
30. Auntie M. I could see Auntie M's dark reflection in the orange glass. Her headdress was gone, revealing her face as a shimmering, pale circle. Her hair was moving, writhing like serpents.
Greek gods and mom.
31. Guys, I found the goat. It had the head of a lion with a blood-caked mane, the body and hooves of a giant goat, and a serpent for a tail. 32. What lovely teeth you have. What's your dent? Oh, it's fire. You use fire. It opened its mouth and shot a column of flame straight at me. 33. Gravity check. Wait, no. Percy. I plummeted toward the river. 34. What in the Watrad? Judging by the sign, it had once been called Waterland, but now some of the letters were smashed, so it read Watrad.
There's no place.
35. Love me, say that you love me, JK. It's a trap. Around the rim, a dozen bronze statues of Cupid stood guard with wings spread and bows ready to fire. 36. What could go wrong? The entrance was a huge neon flower with the petals lighting up and blinking.
Demigods, welcome.
37. Who's a good boy? She shouted. See the ball? You want the ball, Cerberus? Sit. 38. Location? Death scene. I couldn't help looking for familiar faces among the spirits of Asphodel, but the dead are hard to look at. The dead aren't scary, they're just sad. 39. Gravity check. Wait, no. Grover! He was yelling, clawing at the ground, but the winged shoes kept dragging him towards the pit, and it didn't look like we could possibly get to him in time. 40. Oh my gosh, the God of War is good at fights? How unexpected! And by unexpected, I mean totally expected! He outmaneuvered me, pressing so hard I had to put all my concentration on not getting sliced into pieces. 41. It's just a little stronger than a mace. Just a bit. The guard looked inside at the metal cylinder, not getting what it was for a few seconds.
Has been stolen.
42. Welcome to Olympus, have a look around. Massive columns rose to a domed ceiling which was gilded with moving constellations.
Would you think it would be easy?
43. A deadbeat dad who abandoned you, yes he can be found. His face had that same brooding look that had always gotten me branded a rebel, but his eyes, sea green like mine, were surrounded by sun crinkles that told me he smiled a lot too.
The master bolt.
If you like that video, you might like this one right over here. And if you just like my content in general, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you on Friday for a weekly live stream. Bye!